Welcome to Getting It Right by the New Zealand Society of Genealogists. I'm your presenter, Sarah Hewitt. For the notes that accompany this presentation and the other Getting It Right learning resources, please see our website www.genealogy.org.nz. In this presentation, we're going to look at sharing your family history with the people you're collaborating with, your cousins, and how to present information when you have a big family get-together for a significant birthday or anniversary, or for a family reunion. Now, much of what we're going to cover in this presentation relies on family tree software. If you don't yet have family tree software and want more information, have a look at our Keeping Organised presentation in our Starting Your Genealogical Journey series. We're going to start off by looking at ways you can share information with the people you're working with to build your family tree. The easiest way is to swap GEDCOM files. GEDCOM stands for Genealogical Data Communication File and is a standardized file type that every family tree program should be able to produce. It's a great tool because it allows you to transfer data across platforms, so between Windows computers, Apple computers, and Android computers. It also allows you to transfer data between programs, so you can move it between online and offline trees or between different types of family tree software. This means you don't need to have the same software as the cousin you're working with. Sometimes a GEDCOM isn't the most appropriate way to do it. You might just want to send them some sort of report from your family tree program. So here's a few of them. First of all, what is called an Ahnentafel Report. It's basically an ancestor report. So if your research is taking you to a common ancestor and you want to send a report showing what you've done before that, you can send something that shows their ancestors. In this example, we have Queen Elizabeth, showing her parents and grandparents. Now, of course, you might want to go the other way, showing all the descendants of a significant ancestor. Here we have Henry VII, who is also an ancestor of Queen Elizabeth, showing the first two generations of his family in what is quite a long report. Sometimes we just want to prove how we're related to somebody. Perhaps you have a DNA match that doesn't quite believe you. This is one way you can show them how you're connected. It's always important to remember about privacy. If you don't want information out there, then don't put it out there. And this does include sending it to other family members. Once information leaves the safety of your own computer, you have absolutely no control over where it ends up. So do bear that in mind before you send information out, especially about living people. Let's move on to how we could present information if we have a big family gathering, celebrating a big birthday or an anniversary, or maybe you've organised a big family reunion. And what I'm really talking about here is charting. Most family tree programs provide quite a number of options for charts. First of all, we have a descendant chart. So if you're doing a family reunion based on a common ancestor, this could be a great way of representing the information that you have on all of their descendants. If you're celebrating a significant event like a birthday, you might like to look at a pedigree chart. This shows a person and all their ancestors. Now, this is what is called the horizontal version, but there's also a vertical version where the significant person is at the bottom and their family is shown like a tree going up from them. Fan charts can be a colourful way of representing information. This is a half fan. There's also a full fan or a circle chart. And if you're into bow ties, there's what's called a split fan or a bow tie chart. Now, this shouldn't be confused with a bow tie report, which is the same but different. In this example, we have Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip and their 4 children, and then we get to see the ancestors of Elizabeth and Philip out to the left and right. Now, if you have lots of time on your hands, you could produce something that looks like this. This is actually a vertical pedigree chart. However, many of us don't have that time or the artistic skills. So do have a look at what your family tree program can produce. Now, I knocked this one up in a few minutes and it shows, but it gives you an example. You can add backgrounds. I've just gone for a simple tree, but some programs allow you to add photographs as backgrounds. I've also added photographs, the ones that I have, of the people in the tree. You should also be able to customize the text information that's in each one of the boxes. So go and have a play. You never know what you might be able to produce. But what if you don't have family tree software? Well, there are other methods. Meet Elsie. She recently turned 100 years old, and her son Rodney, who's the family genealogist, produced in Word these documents about her life and her ancestry. Here's a bit of a close-up. So it is possible to use simple programs like a word processing one to produce charts for a family event. Rodney also put together folders of information about the family tree for members of the family to read while they were at Elsie's birthday party. The family all enjoyed being able to see this information, and they had a wonderful party to celebrate her birthday. Again, I come back to privacy as a last point. There may be some family sensitivities about some relationships in the family. Just be aware of family politics. You want your family reunion to be a happy time, and you don't want your charts to cause any arguments. Thank you for joining us. The next presentation in the series is about sharing your family history with the uninterested. So we're going to look at writing the stories of your family and how to publish them. I'll see you then. For further information, see our website www.genealogy.org.nz, and we'd like to thank the Wellington Masonic Club for their support in making these presentations. See you next time.